If you're applying for the 2026 intake, you're walking into an international education market that has been completely reset. The standard path of submitting a basic application and expecting an easy acceptance letter has effectively closed. Host countries are locking down their borders with strict new visa caps and tearing apart student financial profiles with aggressive audits. Acceptance rates for average applicants are crashing, but funding for high achievers is hitting record levels. Massive scholarships await those who prepare. Top-tier institutions like Australia's Group of 8 are driving this, prioritizing premium talent over high-volume enrollment. You are facing the tightest scrutiny in decades, but passing these new tests provides access to the highest financial rewards ever offered to international students. Right now, you're likely weighing the rising costs of tuition and housing against the very real risk of spending thousands on an application only to end up with a visa rejection. To evaluate your options safely, you need to view your application through the 2026 ROI Ledger. It's a rigorous accounting of the specific inputs required to hit lucrative financial targets. Mastering this equation is the only way to ensure your investment actually turns a profit in today's restrictive market. The largest hurdle you will face is the GS, or Genuine Student Assessment. Assessors require stable, documented income in your family's tax returns, filed consecutively year after year, hitting a 12 to 15 locks minimum. A single missing year or last-minute bunching of filings is a red flag that halts your application. When it comes to education loans, assessors prioritize secured loans capped under 50 locks. Attempting to inflate your numbers with undocumented business income or relying on unsecured loans from unverified financial companies will trigger an instant rejection. When you present a verified financial history that follows these exact parameters, you remove the friction from the GS assessment entirely. Clean applications move to the top of the pile, often resulting in visa approvals in as little as 4 to 6 weeks. Structuring your finances early eliminates the technical mistake that destroys most applications, securing the literal foundation of your ROI. Once you arrive, you have to manage day-to-day living expenses while navigating strict legal limits on part-time work. This graphic illustrates your exact working caps. In Australia, your limit locks in at 48 hours per fortnight. In Canada, it's strictly capped at 24 hours per week. Those hours generate enough income to cover your groceries and rent. But trying to stretch a part-time wage to pay off high-tier university tuition is mathematically impossible and creates a high risk of academic failure. View part-time work as a way to build a professional network. Relying on those hours as your primary tuition strategy leads directly to visa cancellation. The real financial leverage comes from the aggressive scholarship pools currently offered by Level 1 universities and the Group of 8. To access these funds, you need a competitive academic profile, specifically a GPA of 80% or higher. Hitting this academic benchmark triggers tuition reductions of 15 to 30% at top-tier schools. For the absolute top performers, Vice Chancellor scholarships can see that remaining tuition balance fully erased, covering 100% of your costs. Securing those peak awards requires a flawless academic record and submitting your application months ahead of standard deadlines. Average academic profiles are being priced out of these elite universities, and the deadlines for upcoming 2026 intakes are fiercely inflexible. By positioning your profile strategically and acting early, you transform an overwhelming international tuition bill into a heavily subsidized investment. The final variable in your ROI calculation is your career trajectory after graduation, specifically post-study work permits and spousal benefits. To maximize these options, choose master's programs over 16 months or target regional universities. This map highlights how geography dictates your visa rights. By choosing regional hubs like Perth or Adelaide over saturated cities, you secure extended 3 to 4 years of post-study work rights and open work permits for your spouse. This means trading the big city metro experience for a regional lifestyle and focusing your studies strictly on high-demand disciplines like STEM, healthcare, or education. Choosing geographic and academic flexibility now is the catalyst for long-term career growth and migration potential, making the entire journey worth the effort. The global education market in 2026 is brutally efficient. It rejects the unprepared, while heavily rewarding those who align their strategy perfectly. Attempting to navigate these tax laws, loan requirements, and scholarship deadlines on your own creates a high risk of a preventable visa rejection. Managing these hundreds of variables is where institutional expertise becomes a necessity. patsonscareer, backed by the global strength of KC Overseas, uses this exact ROI framework to pre-audit your profile before the High Commission ever sees it. They manage the entire process, from initial test prep and scholarship mapping to the final visa processing. Partnering with them ensures you comply with every new law, ensuring you extract the absolute maximum value from your education. The 2026 intakes are closing fast. Reach out to patsonscareer today before the remaining scholarship pools dry up entirely.